here, waiting for you. It doesn't go away. Yes? Does it go away? Always here. Every moment of your life, the door is open. You're just looking the other way. It is not door is shut, you have to make an effort to open the door. Somebody said, knock and it shall open. I'm saying, the damn door is open. No need to knock. You just walk. It's always open. Is it closed? Is it closed? It is not closed. The door to creation and the Creator is not closed. Every moment it's open. And you're always in this moment. Life has fixed you in such a way that you cannot escape this moment. Do what you want. But if you want to escape this moment, you have to escape life itself, which people are doing quite efficiently, escaping into the crevices of their mind and avoiding life, isn't it so? Have you come here to experience life or to dodge life? Let's be clear about this. Experience life. If you want to experience life, the only and only place to experience life is through the doorway of this moment, isn't it? And you don't have to try to be in this moment. Life has fixed you in this moment. You just have to be aware that this moment is inevitable. Is this moment inevitable? No, don't say that. I'm asking about this one. Is this moment inevitable? Huh? Yes, that's all. There's no other question. Yeah, tell me.
Thank you. I'm enjoying this inevitable moment because of a choice I made earlier. And I'm just thinking, so I'm at work and I'm maybe not enjoying that moment because of an inevitable moment that will be coming into the future. So how do you reconcile the choices that you're making? So that's
Is this moment inevitable?
Yes. Yes.
I want you to look at it
Yes.
and tell me. Don't agree with me. This one, now, this one, is it inevitable?
Yes.
I want you to look at it with as much awareness as you can muster right now. Is this one inevitable?
Yes.
Just keep looking at that. Then all these questions will evaporate because you are trying to make moments into that moment and this moment and the future moment. There's no such thing. There never was that moment. There never will be a future moment. There is only this moment. This moment is eternity, isn't it? That moment and future moment is all you're making. In reality, there is only this moment. Is it so? Oh, but there was a past, isn't it? There was no past. There was only present, always only present. You remember the present, which is now past. Is anywhere here, is yesterday alive somewhere? Except in your mind. Is it alive somewhere? Yesterday is not alive, isn't it? It doesn't exist. Does it exist? No. But what happened 10 years ago, can it still hurt you? What may happen day after tomorrow already hurts you? Yes or no? That's the question you're asking. That inevitable moment that may come tomorrow. Not that moment, this moment. What happened 10 years ago hurts you, what may happen day after tomorrow already hurts you. That means that which does not exist is hurting you. If the non-existential is hurting you, if something which is not here is hurting you, should we call you sane or insane?
Insane.
All your hurt is coming just from this, isn't it? This moment is never hurting you. It is always what happened yesterday, what may happen tomorrow, which is hurting you, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
So you are suffering that which does not exist. Is that the definition for madness, Malika? Huh? When people start suffering that which does not exist, is that considered clinically crazy?
Bunch of lunatics.
Huh? So, the only comfort is, everybody's like this. So what's my problem? Everybody's like this. Everybody is like this is not the solution. It's only a solace, isn't it? Yes? So the question is, are you seeking solace? If you're seeking solace, all this is not necessary. Just believe God is holding your hand and walking you, everything will be fine. You will have solace. You will sleep well tonight. But if you want a solution, you have to see life in its face. You must see it the way it is, not the way you think it should be. Yes? Right now, you have made your whole life like this. You will be happy only if it happens the way you think it should be. Isn't it so? And in the same breath, you say, I believe in God. The only and only reason why anybody is unhappy is life is not happening the way he thinks it should happen. Yes? And in the same breath, they say they believe in God. If you believe in God, what's the problem? Life must be definitely happening the way he thinks it should happen. Yes or no? If life is not happening the way you think it should happen, life must be definitely happening the way God thinks it should happen, isn't it? It should be even better. No? See, who do you think is of a higher intelligence? You or your creator? Obviously, isn't it? If you're so smart, the one who creates you must be much smarter than you, isn't it? So should life happen according to the way he wants it or the way you want it? No, I want it the way I want it. I don't care what he wants. He must also do what I want. Yes? Every day, almost half the population or maybe 70% of the population, every day, they're telling God how to run the planet. People are constantly telling God how he should run this world. He must be so tired of listening to this all idiotic suggestions. People who have assumed they are self-appointed advisors to him. He must be so tired, that's why he pretends like he's not even here. If somebody keeps on telling you, let's say you go to your job, what do you do?
I'm an actor.
It's not good. What do you do?
Self-employed, e-business,
Okay. You're a software engineer and you go to your job, somebody comes up every day and says, you know what is software? Software is like this. You must do this, this and this today. Every day. What will you do?
You wouldn't be with the company anymore.
Now suppose you're not able to get rid of him because he's your brother, your father, or uncle or somebody. What do?
It'd be a problem.
Close the door.
What do? Tell me something more lively.
I would tell him off.
If it's not working.
Strike him with lightning.
Yeah. See, she's more… That's what you would want to do. This idiot every day telling you what to do, something that you already know, you want him to be struck down by lightning or any damn thing. Isn't it? God, how he must be feeling every day, being told by all kinds of idiots what he should do today. Isn't it tiring to listen to people every day telling you something that you already know how to do? Is this moment inevitable?
Yes.
I'm asking you, look at it and tell me, don't agree with me. Is this moment, now, this moment, look at it fresh, is this moment inevitable?
Yes.
Yes.
Not that one, this one.
Yes.
Because the nature of your mind is, I know. Now I know, the moment is inevitable. No. This is an absolutely fresh and unique moment. You have never before faced this. You will never again face this. You have to approach this with absolute awareness and look at it whether it's inevitable or not. Is this inevitable? If you are truly seeing the inevitability of what is there right now, can there be suffering in you? I'm asking you a question right now. Can there be suffering in you? If you are truly accepting the inevitability of what is there right now, can you suffer?
No.
Can you be angry?
No.
Can you be fearful?
No.
All negativity that you strive to transcend in your life is gone if only you are in touch with truth. Your suffering and your distance from truth are inversely proportional, or directly proportional, I'm sorry. How far away from truth you are, that deep is your suffering. How close you are to it, that minimal is your suffering. If you're really in it, there can be no suffering. If you are truly accepting the inevitability of what is there right now, this is the end of suffering, isn't it? All your suffering is coming, it's either mental or physical. Physically there can be pain, but there is a distinction between pain and suffering. Pain is physical and it's good for you. Why I'm saying it's good for you is, see right now, wherever there is no pain in your body, see what all you have done to it. For example, this one, see in how many ways you have cut it. The only reason why you have cut this is because there is no pain, isn't it? Suppose there was no pain in your nose. In how many shapes you would have cut it by now? Even though there is pain in California, you are ignoring it and piercing it in 10 different places. Yes? Suppose there was no pain in your whole body. Oh, it would be fashionable to pull out your intestines, throw it on your shoulder and walk. Yes or no? If there was no pain at all, you think people wouldn't have done it? They would have… already they want to wear their heart on their sleeve, they would have worn their heart almost anywhere, isn't it? See, you step onto the road, if a bicycle comes, you step back, not out of humility. You know the consequence of pain. If there was no pain, if a truck comes, yes or no? You are surviving only because of pain, not because of your sense. Please see that. Still that much sense is not dawned in humanity that they will anyway preserve themselves. No. Only because of pain they're preserving themselves. Isn't it so? If there is no pain, do you see in your movies they have fantasies where there is no pain, all kinds of superhuman beings, they'll cut off the hand and another hand comes back and… aren't you seeing? That's their fantasy. A painless world means they can distort their body, they can have a cannonball going through them, and this is human fantasy still, isn't it? If there was no pain, people would have put holes into them, they pulled out their inside out, and they would have done all kinds of things. So pain is good for you. You are existing still only because of pain, not because of your sense and intelligence. Please know this. Pain is good. But suffering is made by you. If I am painful, how can I not suffer? If you're truly accepting what is there right now, there will be only pain, there will be no suffering. There are any number of examples. You know, like a few years ago, those are the days when I was living on my motorcycle. So I'm going somewhere and it's one of those freakish accidents where on a parked motorcycle I'm sitting and something comes and rolls into me and this just shears my calf muscle. The motorcycle footrest goes straight into my calf muscle. It's not a sharp instrument, it's, you know, how the footrest is. So it just went right up to the bone. So I'm bleeding profusely, then I'm in a rural kind of place and I ran to the nearest dispensary And I showed the doctor, I had to tear up my pen and show him this, it's a big mess. So the doctor saw this and they said, no way I can fix it, you need to go to a place where is the anesthesia. I cannot do this, I don't have the facility. I'm arguing with him because I have to continue my journey, I have schedule. In all these 29 years, I have not broken a single meeting, I have never been late to a single meeting, okay? It's taken a lot of things to keep it up like that. So I need to go, I need to continue my journey. He said, you're not traveling anywhere with this leg, you have to go to your hospital. I am standing there and arguing with him. Then the argument is settled because by then I have left a pool of blood on his dispensary floor. So he looked at that and he's terrified that I may fall dead in his dispensary. Then he starts working on me. It took some 56 sutures and 3 layers of stitching. And through this whole process, I'm talking to him as to how it happened, who I am, what I do and all this stuff. The doctor is huffing and puffing and sweating. After it's over, he's asking me, what, is there no pain? You're just talking like normal. There is terrible pain, unbearable pain in my leg. It's just that I don't make it suffering, that's all. If you're truly accepting what is there right now, everything will be just what it is, the way it is. If you do not accept it, you will exaggerate it. Leg is cut, the pain is only in the leg, isn't it? Now, my leg is broken and this happened, now it magnifies 1,000-fold in your mind and becomes suffering, isn't it? Leg is cut, there is pain in the leg. Undeniably, pain in the leg. But you don't have to carry it into your mind and magnify it. Mind is very good at magnifying everything, isn't it? Actually, you're looking at me right now, in your retina, my image, me, is only this much actually, probably 3 mm tall is what I am in your retina. But you're seeing me normal size, isn't it? Or a little larger than life. I don't know how you're seeing. Whichever way you're seeing, it's the magnification that's happening in your mind, isn't it? The image that's falling on the screen is only this much, you're seeing this big image. Your mind is great at magnification. If this much pain happens, it takes up there and multiplies 1,000,000-fold and makes it into one big suffering. Isn't it happening all the time? Any number of examples. There's a beautiful… Is there anybody from Tamil Nadu? Oh, they're always there. Tamil people. So, this is South India. There's a place called Karur. Near that there's a place called Nerur. You heard of Nerur?
No.
There was a sage whose name was Sadashiv Brahmendra. You can't pronounce that, doesn't matter. He's a Nirkaya, Nirkaya means a bodiless yogi. A bodiless yogi means he has no sense of body. Right now we were talking about this, we've spoken about the 72,000 nadis, no? The energy body is a complex mechanism of over 72,000 components in it. These 72,000 pathways or channels, which are referred to as nadis, comprise of the pranamaya kosha, the energy body. Right now, for you to exist here, not all the 72,000 are active. For you to physically live in this world, you don't need all of them. Just a handful of them are on, you can live a complete life and go. If all the 72,000 nadis become active, if you sit here, you have no sense of body. There is no sense of body. It is because you don't have any sense of body, time doesn't matter. See, through these sessions you're going to the bathroom twice, lunch break you're again going to the bathroom, I am sitting right here. Not because this is anything big, simply because there is no sense of body. Maybe my leg is also gone numb, maybe that is also hurting, but because when I'm here, there is no sense of body. If you activate the energy to its full vibrance, you will have no sense of body. So such a yogi is called nirkaya, he's a bodiless yogi. Because he's bodiless, he never thought of clothes. He just walked naked. The idea of clothes did not occur to him because he has no body. You will see even today, there are a few million yogis in India who just walk naked anywhere. Because they have no sense of body. When they have no sense of body, the idea of wearing clothes doesn't mean anything. So he is naked and he's just walking. He happened to walk into a king's garden. The king was relaxing there with his queens, and this man just walked. The king saw this man walking naked in front of his woman. He got angry. Who is this fool who is doing this kind of obscene thing? He's walking naked in front of my woman. So he sent his soldiers. His soldiers called for him to stop. He didn't stop, he kept walking. So they got angry, took a sword and hit him from behind. His right arm got severed and fell down. But he kept walking. He didn't even turn back and look. He dropped his arm and kept walking. Now they got terrified. Now this is not a ordinary being. This is not a Hollywood making. His arm falls away and the man just walks away. Now they got terrified. They went and fell at his feet and they brought him back. The king and everybody begged for his pardon and established him in that garden. He lived there and gave his teaching. Even today, his grave is in that place. It's a place where people visit. Nehru is a famous place just because of him, because he lived in that garden and it became a famous place later on. The more probably popular example for all of you would be Jesus. If somebody is driving nails into your hands and legs, what should you do? You must scream, yell and curse the whole world. Isn't it so? Is that natural for you to do?
Yes.
But it seems, he said, they know not what they're doing. Can a man say this if he's suffering?
No.
Does it mean to say there's no pain in his body? Probably there is more pain in his body than yours. He may be more sensitive than you are. There is definitely pain, but there is no suffering, because suffering is always your making. Pain is a natural process in the body. It is a part of your preservation. It is very, very essential to have pain. Otherwise, you would be, whenever you feel like it, you would throw your finger away or pluck your eyeball away. Do anything, you know. Pain is a very good thing. It's kept you, it's given you a human form, otherwise you would have lost it long time ago. But suffering is 100% your making. Is that so?
Yes.
Suffering is your making, because whatever happens, you magnify it in your mind. You take it to a place which is not reality. If you are in the reality is only this moment. If you are accepting what is there right now, that is the end of suffering. There can be no suffering in that human being. So we are opening this doorway for you, because if you remain in contact with truth for a certain period of time, when I say certain period, I am not talking about eons or years or lifetimes or even hours. I am talking about a few moments. If you can maintain this awareness of the inevitability of what is there right now, phenomenal changes will happen within you. You understand? Your body will change, your mind will change, everything about your life will change. If you can manage in 24 hours' time, next 24 hours, 1 minute, if you are consciously aware that this moment is inevitable, by tomorrow morning you will be a Buddha. What? In 1 minute I will become a Buddha? Yes. Actually, it doesn't take 1 minute. I am saying 1 minute to sound practical to you. But right now your awareness is like this, 1 moment here, another moment somewhere else, 1 moment here, another moment somewhere else. The problem is, your mind wants to grasp it. Your mind wants to grasp it. You cannot grasp it. Truth is not something that you get. You have to eat to it. There is no other way. It is in the lap of truth. Creation is happening, isn't it? It is in the inevitability of this moment the whole creation is sitting, isn't it so? You are just a speck in this creation, and how are you going to grasp it? You are not going to grasp it. If you try to get it, you will get some idea about it. Idea means you made it up. Yes? What does idea mean? You made it up. Your ideas will not help. You trying to make it a policy, accept every moment that comes, is not going to help. You will become passive and lethargic. Just being aware. This is not about you getting it. You are in the lap of the truth. If you become aware of it, that's all. There is nothing to get. Do you get this? Right now, that's okay, but you're not getting it. Right now, you're not getting it. What can it be right now? You're not getting it. That's all there is right now. If you get that, you got it. It's that simple. Do you understand? It's that simple and that obvious that but the mind wants to hold it. You cannot hold it. You are held in it. You cannot hold it. If you relax into the lap of this moment, you're there. There is nothing to do. It's already here. There's nothing to do. You do whatever the hell you want to do with your life. Being aware, this moment is inevitable. Can you run thinking this moment is inevitable? Yes? Being aware this moment is inevitable, can you be running?
Yes.
Can you be eating?
Yes.
Can you be working in your office? Can you lie down in your bed? You can do whatever the hell you want. Just being aware this moment is inevitable. This inevitability is not a bondage. This is the only freedom you have. When I say it's inevitable, your mind says, oh, am I getting stuck in this moment? How do I go to this? How do I go to that? This is the only freedom you have because this is the fulcrum of your existence, isn't it? Yes?
Yes.
This is the foundation of your existence. This is the only freedom you have. But can I think about tomorrow? You think about tomorrow, you think about million years later. But being conscious that you're in this moment. Thinking about yesterday and thinking about tomorrow is not the problem. You try to enter yesterday and enter tomorrow, that's the problem. If you think about tomorrow, there is no problem. But if you believe you are in tomorrow, you are crazy. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
If you think about yesterday, no problem. But if you start living in yesterday, insanity has overtaken you, isn't it? So thinking about yesterday, planning about tomorrow, that's not the problem. Being conscious that this moment is inevitable, use your body and mind to do whatever they're capable of doing. There is no problem. But if you lose this awareness, then you lose the only foundation that you have to exist and you become hallucinatory. Once you're hallucinatory, it is not about whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, it is just that life is bypassing you. I thought you came here to experience life, not to avoid life. Yes? If you want to avoid life, there are many ways. Just get drunk and lie down. If you wake up again, get drunk and lie down. You will avoid life, and if you really want to effectively avoid life, just jump into the ocean. You know, in India, suicide is punishable by law. You can get 7 years imprisonment if you attempt suicide. If you die, there is no punishment. If you're successful in your crime, there is no punishment. If you attempted suicide, you can get 7 years. When I was doing a program in the Coimbatore Central Prison, we are having rollicking fun in the prison. And there is one guy, Everybody picks on him for all kinds of jokes, like I'm picking on the professor. For everything they pick on him. I said, why are you guys always after him? They says, Sadhguru, you know what, we did so many things. We murdered, we did things. They're all long-term prisoners, so most of them have come for murder or more. They're wonderful guys. Just this, they're in a hurry to live, They're just in excessive hurry to live. So what they do doesn't matter at that moment. Otherwise, these are intense life, very intense life. It still is a tremendous experience to be in the prison because these people are so intense and charged always, so eager to live that they did things which get them where they are. If you let them out, at least 50% of them may still once again do the same thing. So we have not found a solution how to deal with them. Anyway, so they're making fun of this guy. I asked, why this guy? They said, we did all kinds of things and we came here. They might have all been pleading not guilty in the court, but with me they're saying, we did this, Sadhguru, but… But this guy, you know what he did? He tried to commit suicide and he failed, and that's why he's here for 7 years, already his 5th year. 7 years he's serving in this thing, because he failed to commit suicide. There is a law like that in India. Normally the police won't enforce it. They'll let them go. But sometimes it gets enforced. So, is this moment really inevitable?
No, yes.
You saying no?
See, the pain and suffering ratio is different between genders.
So you're thinking of causing way of pain to your wife? Because she suffers less? Not true. It is just that, suppose you join the army, okay? In so many ways, every day they cause pain to you. Just your boots, from your head to toe, everything will be hurting. So, slowly you'll master the pain. After some time, if you want, something is infected, you can just cut off your own finger. You can do these kind of things because so much pain you have endured, and learn to accept it and kind of master that to some extent. So in that sense, women go through a certain level of pain which man doesn't know on a daily basis. They go through a certain intense levels of pain which is not there for man. So after a couple of childbirths, maybe their ability to bear pain may be better because they have seen such peaks of pain. Small things they may be able to do better than man, but not always so. Not always so. They'll forget that over a period of time. It's just about accepting. When it's a continuous process, you learn to accept passively, isn't it? If you do any passive acceptance, you become lethargic. You become less and less life. But this is about active, dynamic acceptance of what is there now. This is not about accepting, oh, anyway life is painful, let me accept it. Life is not painful. This moment, the way it is the way it is. It cannot be any other way than the way it is. That's all the reality is. If you accept this moment, just the way it is, everything becomes a part of you. Whatever you accept, it becomes a part of you. If your acceptance is total, everything becomes a part of you. Have you seen, those of you wearing spectacles, when first day doctor prescribed these glasses to you, you wore it and my God, am I going to wear these damn things? It weighs so much. You always want to take it off and take it off. Now, after a few years, you just accept it. It is a part of you. Now probably you go to bed with it sometimes, you even walk into the shower with it sometimes, because you don't even know whether you're wearing it or not wearing it anymore. It's become just a part of you, isn't it? Anything that you accept always becomes a part of you. Anything that you resist stands up in front of you. Please see. This is so even with people. You accept somebody totally, you feel he's a part of you, isn't it? Your love affair is just a deeper level of acceptance to that one person where you begin to feel almost like he's a part of you, isn't it? Yes or no? If you do not accept him, he's another world all of a sudden. Isn't it so? I resist him, he's another world. If I accept him, now, if I accept him totally, he will become 100% part of me. See, we have a advanced program which we call as Bhava Spandana. What's happening in this program is, this is a scientific process. Let's say two people are sitting here, accepting. Why I'm saying accepting many times is, to almost everything in the world, you have many layers of resistance. I want you to sincerely look at this. Take the dearest person in your life. Just see how many layers of resistance you have to that person. The man on the street, forget about him. Is this true? The closest person to you in your life, do you have many layers of resistance? Now as you accept, a point comes when your total acceptance, there will be no two people. I don't even know who this man is. He's sitting with me, and when my acceptance is total, there are no two people. This is not mentally or emotionally thinking, okay, both of us are one. Not like that. Actually, there are no two people. There is only one being. Like you experience the 5 fingers of your hand, you experience this one just like that as a part of yourself. If there are 100, 200 people in the hall, there are moments when these 100 people experience themselves as one being. You are sitting here right now, if you experience all these people as a part of yourself, after that, do I have to teach you morality? Be good to this man, don't kill this one, don't harm this one, would you need this? Only because the scope of humanity has not been explored, morality is being slipped in as a substitute and it's never worked. It has only made you more devious than ever before, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Moral values have made human beings to think in so many ways to deviously do the same things, isn't it? But if what is your human nature? What is the possibility of this life if it expands? You won't need any morality. The way you are is just fine, because today modern science can prove to you, as you sit here, every cell in your body is in constant transaction with everything else in the existence. This is a scientific fact. If you are experientially so, nobody has to tell you how to be with another, isn't it? Because there is no another. There's just you. When everything is just you, we say, this is yoga. Yoga means union. In your experience, everything has become one. There is no two left. Everything has become one. You are an absolute union with everything. There is no problem with everything. You don't know what's the problem. Because only you are, nothing else is. That's the only way to be. Only you should be. The other is always hell, isn't it? Isn't it so? Only when you feel a little bit of oneness, life is beautiful. When the other is sitting there, doesn't matter who it is, it's problem. Isn't it so? When some transaction happens and a little bit of oneness, this is nice. This is separate, that's separate. Always trouble, isn't it? If your acceptance is total, you can experience the whole existence as yourself. It's a very beautiful story in the Mahabharata. You heard of Krishna, all of you? Huh? Those of you from non-Indian backgrounds, you heard of Krishna? You're a popular guy. After 3,500 years, still on. When Krishna was a child, he was playing outside and his mother Yashoda suspects that he may be eating mud. You know, some children have this tendency, they want to. So she went there and said, "Open your mouth." He opened his mouth. She saw the whole universe in his mouth. What this parable is trying to tell you is, he lived in such a level of acceptance that in his experience the whole universe is a part of himself. When he grew up, there are many stories about him, but the most significant aspect of his life is when he grew up, he displayed to his disciple that this is called as Vishwarupa Darshan. That means he is displaying to his disciple that the whole existence is contained within me. He is displaying this to his disciple because he wants him to realize the same is true with him. If I give you a teaching which is not at all possible for you, do you call that a teaching or nonsense? It's rubbish, isn't it? Only if there is a possibility you can call it a teaching. If there is no possibility, it's just plain rubbish, isn't it so? So he is not giving rubbish. He is offering this because the same is true to him also. This is possible to every human being. If you hold my hand right now, I can make you experience. But the problem is, the mind is calculating and dividing. The nature of the intellect is to divide. Please see this. The only way the intellect tries to know something is by breaking things up. If you give this flower to a scientist, he will take it apart. Yes or no? Yes. If there were no laws against it, scientists would pick you up and dissect you. They have done that in the past. We are still doing it to the monkeys and the frogs and the cockroaches and whatever else. Yes or no?
Yes.
When there were no laws against it, actually they picked up human beings, dissected them to learn about the body, isn't it so? If I dissect you, I may know something about your liver, about your kidney, about your intestine and all the nonsense, but I will not know anything about you, isn't it? What is most important in this life, I will not know. All the periphery, I will not know. The intellect can only explore the periphery of life. If you want to know the core of life, you have to blossom into intelligence. Intelligence is not dividing. Intelligence is unifying. Intellect is dividing. Intellect is useful only for survival. You must know what is cold, what is hot. You must know what is down, what is up. You must know what is this, what is that. For this, intellect is needed. But to grasp life, you need an intelligence which is able to take this and that together at the same time, because this and that is your idea. Modern science is proving this, right? Modern science is telling you the whole existence is just one energy. This and that is just your perception. This is not philosophy anymore. This is physical science, isn't it? Yes?
Yes.
This is just physical science, which is telling you everything is just the same energy. This and that is just your idea, your perception right now. That is not the reality. That's not the way it is. If your acceptance is total, right now it's possible. It is not, how long will it take? It doesn't take long. It is now. It doesn't even take 1 minute or 1 moment. It is right now. If your acceptance is absolute, it's right now. This is not something that happens over a period of time. If you are going to become willing in installments, it will take time. If you're willing to be willing right now, it is right now. We want to give you a taste of what it means to be right now. You are still thinking about right now. Yes?
Yes.
You're not being right now. You're thinking about right now. See, we are sitting in the same hall. We breathe the same air. We eat the same food. But this moment, how I am within myself, I will not exchange this for anything in the world. You give me the whole world, I will not make a deal with you, because this is far bigger than that. And this is possible for every human being. When it comes to inner capabilities, no human being is better endowed than the other. It has not happened because you never looked in the direction, that's all. A Jesus or a Buddha or a Krishna or myself, we're not better endowed. It is just that they strived for it, you did not, that's all. When it comes to outside realities, all of us are differently capable. When it comes to inner realities, all of us, every one of us is equally capable. It is just a question of attention. If you pay enough attention, there is nothing in human consciousness which cannot be opened. If you pay enough attention, there is nothing in this existence which can be denied to this boundless consciousness that this is.
Each one of us has desires, our very own list of dreams and longings. Creation may have its own blueprint for us, but our personal desires cannot be easily wished away. They may be extravagant or mundane, ambitious or trivial. They may be inconvenient, they may be too personal to share, but they are ours, and for us, they are real, they are precious, they are urgent and deeply significant. Here is a rare offering from Sadhguru, a mystic who embodies the wisdom and clarity of profound realization. It is an offering that enables each one of us to become our own alchemist, that empowers us to transform long-cherished desires into reality. Sadhguru offers this with the intention that once these desires are fulfilled, we will turn towards the larger goal of our ultimate well-being. Chit Shakti meditation for peace.
Chit Shakti. Be the maker of your own destiny. As humans, all that we have created is just a manifestation of our minds. So the most important part of creating what you want is to first manifest it within the mindscape. What is powerfully established in the mindscape is bound to find manifestation in actuality. Chit Shakti meditations are tools to create what you desire in the mindscape and in turn in reality, a way of creating and manifesting what you really care for in your life. May you know the power of being the master of your own destiny.